Do you think Dak Prescott will ever win a Super Bowl with the Dallas Cowboys?
Ooh. I like Dak. And like you mentioned, I've known Dak for a very long time. Good friend of mine. I want to see Dak succeed.
By the way,
we
very
trained together
tough
all
to
through
tell.
college, Manning camp in Thibodeau. When we'd go with Peyton and Eli and Archie and all them, we would go to the Manning camp. We're
so
roommates
even
there.
from high school or
college. Throughout that whole when you're in college.
Yeah, as of right now, no.
You go to a bunch of these camps and you play against each other. And you
let's say circumstances change in
so we
another
got really close at the Manning
2-3
camp
years.
Thibodeau, and we kept that relationship through the years. And I actually, cool story. I mean, I got to know this kid that was terminally ill, and Dak would reach out, and he was a big Cowboys fan. So I think a lot of Dak. I think highly of Dak. I think he's a great person. But with that being said, I don't think that Dak is going to win a Super Bowl with Dallas Cowboys. I really don't. Like Kinsey just mentioned, he is 2-5.
You're saying it's not his fault?
Well, let me explain. I'll say this. He's 2-5 right now, which is tied for the worst ever with a minimum of 5 starts record in the playoffs for a quarterback.
Correct.
That is a fact.
Well, Lamar 3-5, so I guess he's second worst ever.
But yeah. So, but the thing is,
Hey, you know what?
I'm not going to.
Every team that's went to the Super Bowl in the last, I don't know, but I feel like every team has had a top 10 or top 5 defense. You said all that just to say no. But I feel like every team has had a top 10 or top 5 defense. And I think that's what it take in order to get to the Super Bowl. You got to have a top, like, obviously you got to have a good offense or a good offensive head coordinator. I mean, good offensive coordinator or whatever. You got to have a good offense, but I think you have to have a good defense. There's no skating by into Super Bowl. I mean, unless your defense just clutches up in the playoffs.
Put all of it on Dak. It's not all Dak's fault. He's played good enough in some of these games to win, 100%. But at the end of the day, that win-loss record doesn't follow Aqib around. It doesn't follow around your wide receiver. It doesn't follow around your defense. It follows around 2 people, and that's your head coach and your quarterback. That's what you are judged upon, is win-loss, right? And what you do in the playoffs. Dak has not been able to get over that hump. In the last 2 playoff games, I think we can all agree he played poorly. 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. He's lost both of those games when he needed to be better for his football team. But again, I'm not going to put it all on him. But let's take Dak out of it for a second. The reason that I don't think they win the Super Bowl in the next couple of years with Dak is because of the trajectory of the NFC East right now, right? The 2 teams in your division just played in the NFC Championship last year, and one of them won the Super Bowl. And they've gone to 2 of the last 3. And the other team, who's supposed to be on a rebuild, the Commanders, who were supposed to be ass last year and not be good and not play well, with a rookie quarterback and a bunch of veterans who are out of their prime on offense, and then you go get a head coach for the first year there wearing a backwards hat and everyone's saying they're not going to be good, go to the NFC Championship game and they're 1 game away from the Super Bowl.
Because and then they go get Debo and Tunsil.
And because of the decisions they made in the offseason. They're going to keep getting better. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are sitting at home at 7-10 and missing the playoffs. And everyone argues, oh, well, Dak was hurt, injuries. They were 3-5 with Dak that year.
They were.
He had 11 touchdowns and 8 interceptions during that time. I still don't think they make the playoffs if Dak is healthy that entire time. So again, I don't put it all on Dak. And I'll say this, Skip, and I'd love to get your opinion on this, but if they don't turn it around this year and Dak doesn't lead them to at least, I want to say divisional, but I think it's time now to say at least the NFC Championship, then there needs to be some very tough and uncomfortable conversations this offseason about Dak Prescott and his future with the Cowboys.
But will Jerry have those conversations?
I think
I disagree with that.
I think some quarterbacks mature later in their career.
Because that can have a good season, and they can not get to the NFC Championship game, and it could be, let's say, so it's the defense fault. You know, if Dak plays bad, then that's different. But I mean, that's that conversation. That's a totally different conversation.
True.
You know what I'm saying? Like Geno Smith.
Like
trash at the beginning.
15 years
Geno's solid now. Sam Darnold was trash at the beginning. He's solid now. Matt Stafford wasn't trash, but he started his playoff career 0-3.
But when did Dak get drafted? 2016.
Dak was 2016. He was
it's been 10 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Look at decade.
Look at Stafford. Stafford was 0-3 after 10 years. And then all of a sudden now he can know how to win. Sam Darnold was fucking butt.
It's the 11th year. That's right.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's what I think. I think I trust Jerry. Jerry made a major trade. I think he's going to go out and get some vets, maybe a Hendrickson, you know what I'm saying, a vet edge. He's going to draft a real impact player, like a real Emmitt Smith type impact player, maybe a running back. He's going to get a coach from this Shanahan McVay tree. Shannon, that's Kubiak.
They need a Jahmyr Gibbs type running back.
I went to the Rams and played with McVay.
Yep.
I played against the Cowboys and I saw that offense. I was like, this shit trash. No wonder Dak can't win. The fucking OC is trash. Then I go to practice and I see how McVay offense look and I'm like, oh yeah, this shit fucking nice. If you give Dak an offense under this McVay, Shanahan tree, that type of system, outside zone with all that shit, Zach will flourish in that kind of system. So I think Jerry gonna hear me. He's gonna go get a coach under that tree. He's gonna have a hell of an offseason. He's gonna win the offseason, gonna beat Philly. He's gonna have a hell of a draft. And I think at that point, Dak will end his career year 11, 12, 13, way better than he started it. So
Wait a second. Mike McCarthy came from the West Coast tree.
But that's old,
Okay.
though. That West Coast been around since Jerry Rice and Irvin. Like, that shit old.
Okay.
It's a new league now.
But it worked for Aaron Rodgers for a long time in Green Bay, right?
But
With Mike
it worked for
McCarthy.
Aaron Rodgers 15 years ago, Skip. We're talking about new age football. It got to be misdirection. The corners are too nice to play West Coast. We could get on the line and strap anybody. Now you need some misdirection, make us have to tackle. The receivers go inside every play. I gotta decipher whether it's a crossing route or whether I need to come off and tackle. That's fucking hard for corners. All McVay's system is outside zone, which make the corners a huge part of the run game.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he just need a new system, a system that's a new system. McCarthy's system is fucking old as shit. That shit is played out now. Get him a new system. Get him a couple more impact players with the cash you got with the draft picks. I like the Cowboys. Next 3 years, Cowboys gonna be in the chip.
So he's a victim of the system.
Yes. Yes. A quarterback without a great running back is like eating a KFC biscuit without water.
With no honey.
It's gonna
That's a
choke.
good one. I like that.
He's gonna choke. So when you're talking about his playoff record, you're talking about Mr. Santa Claus. You know, in big games when they need him, he's gonna throw a pick.
Hey, the thing is though, in today's NFL, you don't even need an elite running back. You just need a good enough running back, or you need a good enough set of running backs. That's not even in today's league. I remember the Patriots, they won multiple Super Bowls with no elite running back. They just had a nice rotation of running backs. As long as you got a good O-line, that's it. O-line good enough, good system, you good.
Pick to the defense, he's just gonna give that gift away. It's easy to look at him, but when you say he doesn't have all the threats that he would need, and it's the running back game with the wide receiver game hurts him. So when you're talking about when the game gets tight,
They didn't have a run game earlier in the year last year.
one or two dimensional. Him running or passing because he can't hand it off. So all those handoffs, we know, fuck that, he's going to keep the ball because you don't have a threat here. So now you're just looking at a guy who doesn't have a threat, meaning you
Year
can't
before last,
go
they didn't have a
long.
run game either.
So now you're only
From what
looking at
I remember.
RPOs, slants, right, drag routes. So everything becomes under. Like I play Madden. Right, I can't even trick the defense in Madden, you know, with the fucking Cowboys, right? We know what's going to happen. So, but because you don't have that full threat for him to thrive, it's easier to stop somebody like Dax. Like even with Lamb, he's great, but he's great because himself. He's not great because of Dax, right? When you're talking about CD, 50% of CD's yards is coming from
second and third strings.
Right? He's a yak player. So that means he has to create it so Dak ain't actually making him better.
Yeah.
He's relying on CD to get these extra yards for him. So when you're talking about, was it Pickens?
Pickens.
Is he going to get the ball to him? No,
I
you're going
believe
to have
so.
to throw everything up. You're not going to get, you have these threats, but unless this man's going to be running that Michael Irvin slant cross across the middle.
Bro. Hey, Pickens can win one-on-one situations. You can just throw it up to him. As long as you put it in the vicinity good enough, he can win it for you.
All that deep, you don't have somebody who's going to.
I didn't intend on it. I didn't plan on it, but I was like, bro, I do 3-hour streams. Why not just run through it? I'd be on here longer than that.
Like bite up.
But you're not gonna bite up.
Right.
We're gonna make you catch everything in front of it. And that's why he has to throw 35 to 40 times in the playoffs, which you're throwing that much, you're gonna turn the ball over a lot. So I don't think with the system he has going on, he's gonna win a championship there. I think he's gonna be traded probably the next 2 years for Shedeur Sanders.
Oh, Knicks. We'll see about it. We'll see about it.
The idea of Shedeur to Dallas. I campaigned for it before the draft. Jerry should have just taken 4th round. They
Just remind me
screwed
after
up and
this.
gave away their 5th round pick. But somewhere in there, they should have just taken Shedeur. He was born literally to play for the Dallas Cowboys because he grew up in Dallas. My problem with Dak is, I'll just quote CeeDee's mom. CeeDee Lamb's mom posted on Instagram the night they lost to Green Bay, being down 27-0 before halftime. She posted on IG, Dak ain't it. And I
Dang.
can't say it better than that. Dak ain't it.
CD Lamb,
Regular
mom posted
seasons,
that?
He can get on a roll as he did 2 years ago when he was healthy, and he finished 2nd in MVP. That's,
I think Milton got potential.
that's
I
pretty
think so.
special stuff. That doesn't, for a 4th round pick, I'll take
I think if, hold on.
that to my bank. But
Oh, I think if Dak does get hurt, seeing obviously the sample size of Joe Milton, I think he can be relied upon. I do think so. I think in the preseason, him throwing picks, he's just trying to make plays, just chunking it deep, But I think him in the preseason last year, when it wasn't as much hype around him and he was playing calm, played very well. And even in that last game, was that against the Bills last year? Not a lot of hype around him. Played well, played very well. So I think which I'm pretty sure, it's gonna be hype if he does play this year. But I think it'd be cool to watch. And then he got two good receivers he's throwing to. So I mean, keep it simple. And then you got Kevontae Turpin as well. So if you do want to get deep, get freaky with it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we got a lot of different options, honestly. They got about 4 good receivers that I like on that squad.
only my regular season bank, because in postseason games, when it really mattered most, at San Francisco, home against San Francisco, home against Green Bay, Dak ain't it. And one of you guys were talking about quarterbacks. You either have that or you don't have that. You can't teach it. You can't coach it. You can't go figure it out by experience, I don't think. So he will never, ever win a Super Bowl for the Dallas Cowboys. And what he does after that, I won't care about. But I don't think he'll ever win a Super Bowl for anybody, because during long stretches of regular seasons, he plays like the 4th overall pick. And come playoff time, too often he plays like a 4th round pick, which is what he was. And I missed the boat his rookie year because I became a huge fan. How could you not? He's like fell out of heaven into our laps. And right on schedule in the dress rehearsal 3rd preseason game at Seattle, Tony Romo once again breaks his clavicle. It happened like 17 times while he was a Cowboy, because he was so fragile. And all of a sudden, Dak gets thrown in, with Hall of Famers all the way across the offensive line, right? There are 3 Hall of Famers across the offensive line. And here's where I missed the boat. There's a fellow rookie from Ohio State who had 3 of the first greatest years. You could make a case that Ezekiel Elliott had the 3 greatest years to open a career that any running back ever had.
Agreed.
Now, he hit the wall and hit it hard after 3 years after Jerry paid him the most money any run back had in football. But those 3, especially the first one, go look at the numbers. They're extraordinary. They're astonishing numbers that the running back put up, which made the 4th round pick quarterback his job way easier. So I'm saying, because Dak won Rookie of the Year over Zeke. Zeke finished 2nd. Nobody else got a vote because they went 13-3.
Right.
And then their rookie year. And
That was a crazy year.
The Rookie of the Year was the running back. The running back made the quarterback as a rookie, and he played pretty well in his first postseason game against Aaron Rodgers at Jerry World. But since then, listen, the game at San Francisco, when the defense played pretty well, Micah played a little better in that game, and they held San Francisco to 19 points at San Francisco. Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
You got to score more than 12 points.
12, yeah.
And if I put the tape in and started showing you the throws he missed of wide open CDs, 88's running free and he misses him by 5 yards, you'd say, you had him.
Yeah.
Had him right where you wanted
Two
him.
interceptions that
Okay?
game, too.
And in the
Costly.
second quarter, he did.
Yeah,
And it put him
costly.
in a hole.
See, I know offensive coordinators matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I got it.
I just know they matter.
Yeah.
Especially in big games, they matter, man. I seen Brock Eiswater. Like, the chat don't even know who that is.
Yeah.
Why he call him Eyes Water?
Go 7-1 with us because we had a dog ass system. You know what I'm saying?
And then he went to Houston.
Okay.
I seen Matthew Stafford throw the ball up to Calvin, and that was his offense
All right.
in Detroit. Throw that bitch up to Calvin.
Okay.
They had another receiver who was pretty nice. I can't think of who it was, bro. On the other side of Calvin, obviously he wasn't elite, but he was reliable. I can't think of who it was.
All right.
Then he came to LA and ran a real offense, and he just felt more comfortable. He throwing no-look shit in the playoffs.
Okay, I
Like, you know what
got
I'm saying?
He was doing no-look stuff in-
So,
All right, and I
In Detroit,
watched
though.
Trent Dilfer win a Super Bowl with the Baltimore Ravens in 2000. And he had arguably the greatest defense ever, one of the top three anyway.
and a dog ass run game. And a dog ass run game.
And a return game. They had it all. Okay, and then I watched Brad Johnson with the 2002
Nah,
Tampa
that
Bay
was
Buccaneers.
Gage.
That's arguably right there. You look at the Hall of Famers on that defense. That's arguably the greatest defense ever. And Brad Johnson was
They had
pretty
Bolden?
good, so
Oh,
he had his moments. He
I'd
was
have
pretty
to go
good,
back and look.
But you can get carried by your defense, and that hasn't happened for Dak. So
John Gruden called the offense. Gruden ain't a bad OC now. Gruden he put
No,
out
he was good.
solid offenses, right?
Yeah.
Gruden was the OC for that team.
He was.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't trash.
You was proving my next point when you mentioned those two teams. I got them right. I got them right here.
That's it.
all right.
No, we're not talking really.
got him right
I'm
there.
talking
How they
about
play
Calvin
offense
Johnson.
Now,
Yep.
without the running back and all of that, they will need to play.
I mean, yeah, it wasn't trash.
You was proving my next point.
Nate Burleson. He was
when you
solid. He
mentioned
was
those
solid.
two teams.
Yeah,
I got
yeah,
'em
yeah.
right- I got them right here.
That's it.
All right.
Reliable.
He got him right
I
there.
said how they play offense now,
Yep.
without the running back and all of that, they will need to play 2,000 Ravens defense
Yep.
that allow 10 points a game because y'all can't score, or you need to play 2002 Warren Sapp Bucks defense
Yep.
because once you traded Parsons, that shit went all out the window. Because you need a generational talent like that, and then you add the pieces. So I wanted to ask this last: if you had Parsons and you added Kenny Clark,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I think if your run defense is not good, I'm trying to go somewhere with this. I will prefer a elite run defender over an elite pass rusher. But at the same time, it's like that's situational. That's situational. Because it's like Aaron Donald. He was elite at pretty much at both. Myles Garrett elite at both. I don't know. I'm trying to make a case for it, but I can't really think of anybody who was like just a straight elite run defender and okay pass rusher. But Chris Jones, he's elite run defender. I don't know.
what type of defense does that become?
Crank the fuck up.
Right? You crank. So you miss it. You miss the boat here sometimes. I have this generational talent who does all of these things great, but I can't stop this. Instead of me trading for this and losing this,
Chris Jones not an elite run
if
defender.
you have them both on the team, since they are different positions, you become a wall now. Now you're coming into this type of defense. another piece here, another piece there. Now you're talking about a lockdown defensive team.
I don't think I've ever seen Chris be bad against the run.
Once your brain says he can't do this, and you say, all right, let me replace it with somebody else who does what I need, but then you lose something you can't see. And the offense you have is not up to par, but you could have matched that with the defense because you had a juggernaut.
Okay.
That you can rely your defense on.
I got you, and I hear you. Valid points. The problem is you're comparing Micah Parsons to the great Derek Brooks, good friend of mine, and he's a little before your time.
No, my locker was right next to Derrick Brooks. That's my OG.
OG.
To start.
Hell yeah.
To start. Okay, I forgot.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Derrick Brooks was the man.
The man.
He was the leader of that locker room and that defense. He has stature to him that I can't convey to you how impressive this man.
I kind of feel like it's more important for an elite defense to have an elite run defender more than it is for them to have an elite pass rusher. Kind of feel like that, but I don't know.
Man was.
It's not that really important of a point.
He was as legit as it gets both ways. As the role model for your team, the tone setter for your team, no one better. Ray Lewis, different cut of cloth, but on the football field, Lord have mercy. Just Lord have mercy.
And in the locker room.
Yeah, in the locker room. And as a preacher in the locker room, it's hard. It's hard to convey to you the leadership they brought to those teams, the aura, the firepower they brought in the locker room and the huddle, and then bringing it, especially against the run game. Those two, you just couldn't run on them. I mean, you just couldn't. Micah's not that guy. He's great at what he does, can be great, and his potential is extraordinary. But those two guys were as legit a leaders as I have ever seen. Tom Brady in his own way was a whole nother, but that's offense. This is defense. This is bad you know what. This is where you ain't messing with him and you ain't messing with him.
Yeah, but see, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Kenny Clark is that guy you're talking about, right?
Well,
Hell no.
I mean just that leader.
Yeah,
that leader.
He's got to be.
Yeah, if he's the leader, wouldn't that guy teach your generational player how to lead, how to get better? That is the job of an older player. See, you're comparing a kid, I mean, he's 25, but a young kid trying to figure out what he is, that's all off raw talent, versus these older guys who understand. Sometimes you need the Kenny Clark to be right next to Parsons so he can check him. Hey, you're doing this, you're hurting us, stay put, stay disciplined. That's where I'm saying that's where sometimes these outside noises messes up 4 or 5 years of something that would have turned over right there. I'm saying that if you had both of those guys in, your defense changes. It becomes more dangerous because you have a guy who's going to check your young stud and teach him how to lead in the next 5 years.
I got you. That was DeMarcus Lawrence, now a Seattle Seahawk. DeMarcus Lawrence, I told you the other day, goes to Seattle and took a shot at Dallas saying, I just knew I'd never win a Super Bowl there. And Micah tweets back at him, that's some clown shit. And then Micah tweets, DeMarcus tweets back at Micah, no, I'm just telling the truth. And if you had cared more about winning than tweeting, maybe I'd still be there. So I think DeMarcus tried to school him, to educate him, to bring him along.
What was it, last year?
Yeah.
So 24.
He up there.
24. Okay. I mean, you couldn't tell me shit at 24. I can tell you that.
So the only person here that believes that Dak can maybe take him to the Super Bowl is Aqib, right?